In this video, you will learn how to manage board users and permissions in Trello. Plus, you'll learn how you can leave, close, or delete a board. Let's start by managing users. Board users are displayed at the top of the board area. A board admin is a member of the board who can do anything on the board. Board admins are marked by the blue and white chevron in the bottom right corner of their avatar. To view and manage the users on your board, start by selecting a user icon. Then, select Change Permissions. If you want to share the work with another teammate, make them an admin. This allows them to add or remove other members. They can also serve as a backup if you're unavailable. To make a user an admin, select the drop-down next to their name. Then, select the Admin Permission title. Now let's talk about the other types of members. A normal member means this user has been added to the board. Board members can edit or add to the board without restrictions. A virtual member is someone who has been invited to a board but hasn't yet confirmed their account. Their user icon will appear to be grayed out in the members area of the board. A workspace member is someone who has been added as a member of that workspace. A workspace is like a container for all your Trello boards. If your board is workspace visible, these members can view it. A guest is a normal member on the board, but they are not members of the workspace that the boards belong to. A guest can make changes to the board, just like other board members. To invite a guest to your board, invite them to the board as a member by entering their Trello username or email address. Then, select Share. To remove a guest from a board, select the drop-down next to their name. Select Remove from Board. An observer is a member with read-only access to a board. Observers are only available to workspaces with Trello Premium or Enterprise. Observers are able to view and interact with a board and the cards within the board. They are not able to make any sort of changes to the board or cards. To add an observer to your board, enter the member's username or email address. Then select Observer from the drop-down menu. Then, select Share. Next, let's talk about how to manage permissions. As a board admin, you can change who is allowed to comment on the cards on a board. However, if you are on an enterprise account, some permissions may be globally overridden by the enterprise admin. To change the commenting permissions, navigate to the menu on the right side of the board. Select More. Then, select Settings. Select Commenting Permissions. Choose from the following options to change the commenting permissions. Your board must be public to select the Any Trello User option. As a board admin, you can also change who is allowed to invite members to a board through Add and Remove Permissions. You can toggle the setting, allow workspace members to edit and join, which will allow any workspace member to join the board without being invited. To enable this, the board cannot be private. Next, select Add/Remove Permissions. All members is the default setting, which allows members and board admins to add and invite others to the board. The admin setting allows only board admins to add and invite others. Finally, let's talk about how to leave, close, or delete a board. First, let's talk about leaving a board. Leaving a board will remove your account from the board, which means you may no longer be able to access it. To leave a board in Trello, open the board menu on the right side of the board. Select More. Then, select Leave Board. Note that Trello won't let you leave a board if you're the only admin or member of that board. A board must always have at least one admin. If this happens, it's recommended to either close the board or make another user an admin before leaving. If you are a board admin, you can close a board by selecting Close Board. Closed boards are no longer visible in your boards list, but you can still access them if needed. Premium Workspace admins are able to close any board within their workspace, even if they are not an admin of that particular board. From here, you can choose to permanently delete the board. Note that once you delete a board, you can't recover it again. To find a closed board, open the sidebar menu. Select Boards to access the Boards page. Then, select View Closed Boards. You can select Delete to permanently delete a board, or you can select Reopen to reopen a closed board. You'll need to have been a board admin of the board to complete these actions. In this video, you will learn how to use custom fields. If you're on a Trello Standard, Premium, or Enterprise plan, you can use this feature. Custom fields are a powerful customization tool for your boards. They allow you to add new field types and custom data to your Trello cards, making them more specific to your workflow. In this video, we'll show you how Sunshine Cakery uses custom fields to easily record details of their cake orders on their Trello cards. This feature will allow them to easily select the occasion, flavors, decoration, and more. Let's create a custom field. First, open a card on your Trello board. Select Custom Fields in the Add to Card section. Then, select New Field. Enter a title for your custom field. A field name can be up to 25 characters in length. Type will specify the type of input that can be entered for the field. This can be set to checkbox, date, dropdown, number, or text. If you select dropdown, you'll have the option to enter the choices for that dropdown. Select Create. Let's create another custom field. The text field type adds a text entry field to the card. Once enabled, the field will appear on the front and back of all cards on the board, provided the Show field on front of card is checked. Now that we've added a custom field, let's see how we can use it. Select the card you want to edit. You can select any of the custom fields to enter or change the value. Press Enter or select the back arrow to save. Need to make changes to your custom field? No problem. You can edit or delete custom fields. Open a card on your Trello board. Select the Custom Fields button on the right-hand side. Select the field you'd like to edit. A pop-up will appear where you can edit or delete options. Note that you cannot change the type of a field once it's created. You can also delete the entire field by selecting Delete Field at the bottom. You can reorder your custom fields to keep your card organized. From the card back, select the Custom Fields button. Select the handle on the left side of the Custom Fields button on the card back, then drag and drop their location in the list. The new arrangements are reflected immediately on all cards on the board. Finally, you can move or copy a card with custom fields to a new board. However, only the fields that have stored values will be moved. If a custom field is empty on a card, that custom field will not copy to the new board. From the card back, select either Move or Copy from the Actions section on the right-hand side. Select your destination, list, and position. Then, select Move. Presto! Your card, along with all its custom fields with stored values, has been moved. In this video, you will learn how to create template boards and cards. Templates are used for creating boards and cards based on the same setup, ideal for replicating a process or workflow, or just for sharing best practices. Anyone who creates a board from a template will begin with the exact same content, helping you and your workspace stick to a structure that you want to use repeatedly. Card templates can help save you time by creating cards with fields already completed, all with the click of a button. Let's start by creating a template board. In this example, Sunshine Cakery is opening a new location. They want to turn this board into a template so they can easily replicate it for future locations. First, you must be an admin of the board to turn it into a template. Navigate to the board menu. Select More. Then, select Make Template. When you turn a board into a template, it will automatically toggle on template features to let folks know they're looking at a template. All comments and activity feeds will be hidden. In addition, power-ups are not removed when a board is turned into a template. After you create a board template, let everyone know what it's about by adding a description. From the board menu, type in your description in the About This Template panel. Then, click Save. Any public board can be converted to a template. If you're on a Trello Premium or Enterprise plan, boards of all visibilities can be turned into templates for workspace use. You can change a template back to a board. Navigate to the board menu. Select More. Then, select Convert to Board. Comments and the activity feed will reappear. Now, let's create a board from a template. To create a board from a template, select the Create Board from Template button. Name your board. Then choose its workspace and visibility. Select Create. Presto, your new board is created. Now you can edit the board and invite new members. Next, let's create a template card. In this example, Sunshine Cakery has several cards with frequently ordered cakes. They want to create a template card so they can easily create new order cards with the details already included. To create a template card, select the card you want to create into a template. Select the Make Template button in the Action section of the card back menu. Once you select this button, the template feature for the card is toggled. The card template icon will appear, as well as a badge on the front of the template card. You can still collaborate on a template card as you normally would. All new cards created from the template will show the most up-to-date version. Cards created by the template before any changes will not update automatically. Finally, let's create a card from a template. Select the template card. Then, select the Create Card from Template button. From here, you can rename your card and choose the list where you want it to appear. Select Create Card. You can also create a card from a template by selecting the Create Card from Template icon from within any list. Select your desired template from the list. Then, select Create Card. You can always change a template back to a regular card. Select the Template card. Then, select the Template button in the Action section of the Card Back menu. Finally, clean up your cards by hiding and deleting template cards. Select the template card to see your options. Hide from list will archive the card, but you'll still be able to create new cards using the template button on each list. This is helpful if you want to reduce the clutter on your Trello board and hide your template cards. Deleting a template card will also delete the original card. This won't affect any cards that have been created from the template. In this video, you will learn how to create Butler commands. Butler is Trello's automation tool that automates tasks and workflows on boards. Let's start by learning about all the different Butler commands you can create. Up first is Rules. Rules automatically execute actions on your board in response to changes, or triggers, that happen in Trello. Rules have a simple when this, do that format. A rule can have one trigger, different variables, and multiple actions. First, you'll need to access the command builder. This is where you can create rules and any of the other Butler commands. Select the automation button at the top of your board. Then, select Rules from the drop-down. Select Create Rule. Then, select Add Trigger. Browse through the buttons at the top to see the different types of triggers. In this example, we're going to create a rule that automatically moves cards to the top of a list and add a sticker when you mark a due date as complete. The second trigger looks like the best fit. Select the plus button next to the trigger to add it. Next, we want to select an action that will move a card to the top of a list. You can select the fields within the action to customize it. Repeat this process as you select an action that will add a sticker to your card. When you're satisfied with your rule, select Save. Next, we'll look at card buttons. Card buttons let you automate workflows or complete basic tasks on a card level with just the click of a button. First, open a card. Navigate to the Automation section and select Add button. Choose from one of the pre-made templates, or create a custom button. Selecting this button will take us into the command builder. From the Create a Card button screen, select Add Action. Customize your actions by selecting the categories at the top, then refining them below. In this example, we'll create a button that will quickly move cards to the Ready to Make list. Click the plus sign to add the action to your new button. You can add multiple actions to one button. Give your button a name. Select a new icon if you desire. Select Save. Anytime you select the button on the card, it will automatically perform that action. Now, let's take a look at board buttons. Board buttons live at the top of your Trello board and let you perform board-level actions with the click of a button. They are a powerful feature that let you do things like sort lists or create reports, and these are just a few of the endless possibilities you can create. First, navigate to the Automation menu. Select Buttons. Select the Board Button tab in the Command Builder. Select Create Button. In this example, we'll create a board button that will sort the cards in a ready-to-make list by ascending due dates. This will make it easier to organize and view work with due dates. Select Add Action, then customize your actions. Give your button a name and an icon if you want. Select Save. If you want a command to happen on a schedule, try setting up some calendar commands. These perform the same actions as board buttons, but run automatically on your behalf. No button pushing needed. To create a calendar command, you need to specify the schedule in action. For this example, we'll create a command that sorts the cards in a list by ascending due dates every Tuesday. From the Command Builder, select Calendar. Then, select Create Command. Select Add Trigger. First, you'll need to select a schedule. Select the fields to adjust the timing. Then, select the plus icon. Next, select your desired action. Select Save. Finally, let's take a look at due date commands. Due date commands automatically trigger actions in response to due dates you have on the cards on your board. In this example, we'll create a command that moves a card to the top of the list 2 days before it's due. That way, it doesn't get lost in the shuffle. From the Command Builder, select Due Date. Then, select Create Command. Select Add Trigger. Customize the trigger and action for your command. Select Save when you are satisfied with your due date command. Nice job! Now you can sit back, relax, and let your Butler commands do the rest. In this video, you will learn how to manage your Butler commands. Commands are managed in the Command Builder. To access this, navigate to the Automation button at the top of your screen. Select any of the options from the drop-down menu. Select the tabs on the left to see all the commands for that type, as well as your options to manage the command. Add tags to help you organize your commands. Edit a command by selecting the pencil icon. This allows you to add or modify actions and triggers. Duplicate your commands by selecting the copy icon. Delete a command by selecting the trash can icon. This will permanently remove the command from all boards where they're enabled. If you'd rather disable a command instead of permanently deleting it, you can uncheck the Enable box. This means the command won't automatically run or appear on your board, but you can re-enable it in the future. This is available for all Butler commands. Select the light bulb icon to view the command log. This lets you see the activity log of a command, which is helpful if a command isn't running as expected. Next, let's organize your commands into command libraries. A command library is a group of commands that share the same tag. This helps you categorize commands so you can find them easily. You can also enable or disable groups of commands or share them with other users. Start by selecting the tag icon in the upper left corner of your command. Give the tag a name, then press Enter. Once you've tagged your commands, you can filter them for easy searching. Open a Command tab and select the filtering menu. Select a command tag. You can also select the tags icon next to the filtering menu to see a list of your command libraries, as well as what's been shared with you. If you like to share your library, simply select the Share toggle in the lower right corner of your command. Know that the only way to share rules, calendar commands, and due date commands is through command library sharing. Command library sharing is only available on paid Trello plans. For a standard or premium workspace, this will share the library with all workspace members. For an enterprise workspace, this will share the library with every enterprise member. Finally, let's talk about sharing your Butler buttons with others in your workspace. All Trello plans have the ability to share card buttons and board buttons. Your Butler buttons can be visible only for you or shared with other people who belong to your board or workspace. All Butler commands have the Enable on this board option, and the commands will run automatically on the board only for you. Card buttons and board buttons have additional options. Enabled on all boards on this workspace makes the button available on all boards within your workspace. If you like other members to see your buttons, select the Shared with Workspace toggle. When both of these toggles are enabled, the button will be visible to workspace members only, not guests. In this video, you will learn how to use board views. Board views offer Trello Premium and Enterprise users more ways to visualize their work and dashboards. Let's start with the table view. Table view allows you to see a board's cards in a compact, manageable table format. To access the table view and any of the other board views, make sure the board is on a Premium or Enterprise workspace. Start by selecting the view switcher. Then, select Table. You can select the different fields on the table to interact with the cards. This lets you change the list, labels, members, and due date, and also add new cards directly from this view. Select Filter to refine your view even more. For example, if this bakery wanted to see all their overdue orders across all carts, they could select Overdue under Due Date. For a new perspective on what's going on your board, try the Dashboard view. Select Dashboard from the View switcher. By default, the dashboard will include a few tiles for you to get started. Cards per list helps you see how work is progressing. Cards per member shows you how work is distributed on your team. Insights like these can help you manage progress and roadblocks more effectively. You can add, edit, or delete tiles to create a dashboard that works for you and your team. Select the menu icon in the top right corner of the tile to edit or delete it. Editing a tile allows you to switch between different charts and graphs. Add a tile by selecting the plus icon at the bottom of the dashboard. Select your chart type. Then, select a dashboard type. Select Add Tile. The timeline view offers you a different way to see how your team's work fits together. It also allows you to map out your projects and help your team meet their deadlines. Select Timeline from the View switcher. Navigate through the timeline with the header controls at the top, or scroll through the timeline with your mouse. You can also select the Today button if you ever get lost. Adjust card dates by selecting and dragging the handles on the edge of the cards. Or select and drag the entire card. Select the Group By drop-down to change the timeline perspective. Add new cards or list by selecting the Add button on the bottom left corner. The Calendar view offers another way to visualize your board's start dates and due dates. Select Calendar view from the View switcher. Select the buttons at the top to adjust the scope of your calendar view. Drag and drop cards to keep your calendar organized. Due dates will automatically be adjusted. You can also select and drag the edges of a card to adjust the start and due dates. Select a card to edit it directly. Select Add at the bottom left corner to add a new card. Map View allows you to see the location of all your board's cards on a map, helping you see where work gets done. First, cards need a location to be placed on the map. Open a card and select the Location button on the card back. Type in the address or location. The location will now appear on the card. Now, let's select Map from the View switcher. In this example, Sunshine Cakery can see all the cards with delivery locations on the map. Select a marker on the map to see the card in that location. Select the card to edit it. Add a new card by selecting Add a card in the top right corner. Or double-click anywhere on the map to add a card.